Alright, what's up internet? We should be live over YouTube and Facebook. Ganda ng camera natin ngayon because we're using the ZVE10. Let me just try to get my chat window back up. I don't know why this thing always... Palagi nawawala sa docs dito sa... And I do apologize. I should have fixed this beforehand. Pero napansin ko lang right as I was about... Right when I pressed the start streaming button, biglang napansin ko na walang chat window. I don't know why. And I really suck at OBS. There's so many things na like I wonder why do they make these things so complicated? And then like the docs, I don't even know. Here docs and wala nga ang chat. Ugh. That's because you weren't playing nice with Restream. Let's snap you. Well, before everything starts, let's cut to the ad.
Bibili ka ng PC, most likely kailangan ng Windows.
Pero saan ka kukuha ng legit Windows? Daming options, daming prices. Nito.
Buti na lang, may cdkeyoffers.com.
Madali lang ang order.
Search for the software you need, add to cart, daan ka sa payment options nila.
Wala pang 5 minutes, finished! May legit working CDK ka na para sa Windows mo.
Gamitin lang aming code para makakuha pa ng discounts.
Kaya kung naghahanap ka ng legit, mura, at original software,
Check out cdkeyoffers.com.
Alright, thanks for joining me. I can't find the chat at all, so if anybody is out, I'm just gonna have to read the chat. The chat, I do have chat on the screen. I just don't have access to the chat in through OBS. So, and I also don't know why. Pero mukhang tama naman yung... Looks like everything is working. Before, may chat function kasi to si Restream. Pero ngayon parang na-deprecate na or something. Hindi ko na mahanap. Anyway, I'm just checking that everybody is online where it should be online. Says yes naman. Doesn't say where I'm streaming to. And nobody has said hi. So, I will just double check. Although it is a Sunday and it is a holiday, so... Okay. YouTube says we're streaming. Should be okay. Alright, so thanks for joining me. You'll notice sobrang ganda ng video quality natin ngayon for the main screen. That's because we're using the ZVE10, the Sony ZVE10, which we recently got. And what's up? Ian Cuevas, who will come in soon for a very nice build, actually. Yeah, so the ZVE, we're using the ZVE10. The only problem is that it had when I'm using it in USB mode or when I'm using it as a webcam, it has to be tethered via USB cable. So yun lang yung I'm used kasi to live from the shop being able to run around, and obviously it's wired now. But I just did want to show you before we begin anything. This guy, this build over here, this wasn't from us. All of the parts were not from us, except the customer had us build it. And this build is bonkers, man. It has not one but two 3090s. So and then hindi lang yun. So yung isang 3090 gigabyte, yung isang 3090 Founders Edition. I mean, I think it's a Founders Edition because to be honest, I've never seen one IRL. I think this is the first time I'm seeing I want to say a 3000 Founder series, pero parang in general, I've never seen I've never seen a Founders Edition in real life except now. So this is if I remember the mock-ups properly, this is a 3090 Founders Edition. And so this build, it's in a Lian Li 011D, but it's the XL. I think it's the ROG version, which I think is slightly bigger, or it's definitely bigger because, you know, usually with a 3090, the case just seems so small to fit it. Pero ngayon, grabe. I mean, it's like, at first nga, akala ko nakalimutan namin ilagay yung second graphics card because I didn't even see it. Because, let me just pull out a little bit so you can appreciate it more. It's like the case is so massive na it can handle two graphics cards, no problem. it doesn't look cramped at all. And you know, you have the AIO space here, and there for the radiator. And this guy, because it has two 3090s, has two power supply units. I mean, it's bonkers, man, crazy. It's a Vision Mobo, so gigabyte also. I guess it's the B550. And then 64 gigabytes of RAM. NH15. I said a D15? I think it is a D15. Usually the D15 has another fan here, but I think tatama siya dito. And then usually aangat namin, so parang ganun yung fan. But maybe they decided that one fan, the interior kind of fan would be sufficient. Hirap din kasi obviously tatama na siya ng RAM because the RAM is here and there's so little clearance like you can hard to tell on camera, but you know that's where the fan would be, and then here, so I think tatama siya. The only part of the case which seems cramped, and it's not the case's fault. It's crazy. Look at this. Two 3090s in one case with two power supply units. Damn. Yeah, none of these parts came from us. We don't have a founder's edition. Pero the customer did ask us to build in it. Crazy. TJ Martin, I got the same cam. How is it powered? Off the battery right now. If you're asking how is it powered right now using as webcam. Actually, it's quite easy, the procedure. Parang you just need to set something on the camera and then plug in the USB, and then OBS picks it up right away. So yeah, and now it's running on battery. I've said before on the stream and on multiple videos na, you know, for YouTube you don't really need a fancy camera. You know, we use and for the streams, like 99% of the time we just use our cell phones as webcams. Pero grabe rin, nakita mo naman yung gaano kalinaw yung ZV-E10. Although my cell phone, this camera is just my cell phone, which is 6 years old or something. Not bad naman up close, but you really appreciate the ZV-E10 when you want like bigger, wider shots, you know, cram, use those pixels, use that resolution. See you Tuesday, Ian Cuevas. Hopefully all the parts come in na by then. Blessed Sunday, Jose Marie Carl. Thank you for watching the video, especially the latest video we have, which is the 1 hour 20-minute video on like basic. Parang we redid the entire Bibili Ka series in one video. Crazy. Sup, Ken's Cast? You eat your bacon. You deserve it after your gym yesterday. I saw it on IG. Yeah, it is crazy. Look at this, 3090. Anyway, okay, moving on. Let's just leave the camera there because it's unheard of that we have this kind of build in the shop. I mean, you know, we're used to bonkers builds, but this was pretty bonkers. I don't think we filmed it though. All right, next up, we have the. All right, so usually I would use the camera to maneuver to show this guy, but since most of our cameras are static now, this is the Hyte Y60. Because our one of our primary case suppliers, you know, we've been getting from them for a long time, and we resupplied from them last week, and then he was like, nasubukan mo na ba, you know, have you ordered the Hyte Y60? And I'm like, to be honest, I have no idea what that case is, but when I researched it, all of the popular YouTubers were like, oh, this case is awesome, it's very innovative, it's kind of like the Lian Li, but only kind of like in the, you know, para siyang, they kind of share the same design philosophy. If you look it up right now, I wish I could type. Yeah, let's just go to the chat. Dumb restream. I don't know why I don't have chat. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna type up the. Where's my chat? Here. All right. Oh, may nag-spam na pala. Let's get rid of that. Remove. Gonna take a look at that later. Oh, grabe. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. Hide user on this channel. Bye. Okay. Good thing I turned on chat. Apparently, may nagsaspam. Alright, so this is the case. Thanks, bot. But our viewers don't have time for Tinder and stuff like that because they're all busy playing on their computers and upgrading to crazy things like two 3090s. Can I repeat again? So, yeah, the case I just showed is the Hyte Y60. I had no idea about this case at all, but our supplier knows as well. He's like, nasubukan mo na ba to? Have you ordered one? I'm like, no. Then I researched it, and then everybody, all of the popular YouTubers are like, the usual guys. I think Hardware Canucks has one. I think Bitwit has one. But all of the usual suspects have reviewed this case. It came out like 2 months ago, I think, and then they were all like, "Wow, this is a really good case," etc. So I told the supplier, "Sure, sige, why not?" It's a little pricey. I think we currently have it at. It is an ATX case. It's a little pricey. Abot na ba ng 9K? Let me check how much. It is online right now on our site. I mean, it's available na. Let me just check how much it is. Pero tingnan mo online yung aesthetic. Like just take a look how it looks. It's the same design aesthetic as Lian Li, but maybe pushed even more to the extreme. Like a wider window so you can really see your inside your case. How much do we? Oh, it's 11,050. So a little expensive. Just still cheaper than the fractal design. So it does have excellent airflow. So it was very well reviewed by the usual suspects, and we have a fetish for nice cases. If you take a look at our case section on our website, what we have available dito sa shop, there are a lot of cases because I have a problem. A lot of people don't think about the case too much. They just get yung bundle cases, yung may kasama ng fans and kasama ng PSU. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I really focus more on the aesthetics. What case makes you get up in the morning, paglapit mo sa computer, inisip mo, pucha, ang ganda ng computer ko. Although ironically, my case now is a naked case. It's the Core P3 from Thermal Take. But it does make me go to my computer every day and still say, pucha, ang ganda mo. So for me, cases are very important, and that's reflected in the shopping choices of the availability. I think the cases are the most populated section we have, or the most populated part we have in Hardware Sugar. Like, we have a lot of options for cases. To be fair din kasi, sobrang daming options. May ITX, may MATX, ATX, and we barely scratched the surface of what's available on the market. But I do acknowledge that I have a problem when I see a cool case. I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know if there's a market for it, like if anybody will buy it. Like the Fantex XT was very well reviewed, but so far we've only had one buyer for that. Only one person has bought from the shop. The Fractal design actually is good for like the builds that are super performance, yung nagve-video editing or live streaming na ang daming kino-combine na sources. Fractal design Meshify 2 is also one of the... Actually, the Meshify 2, excellent airflow. We sold it to... We've done a couple of builds with it. One of the builds we did was for a prominent content creator dito sa atin. Not in the PC space. He's in another space. But yeah, the one that we sold him was... The build we did for him used the Meshify 2. He's quite happy with it. I haven't heard of any problems with it. Although now, wala pa yung torrent nun when we sold him that build, when we did that build for him. Maybe now we would recommend the torrent. Although malayo din yung price difference between the Meshify 2 and the torrent. And actually, the Hyte Y60, this is the first time I'm seeing it live. So, I mean, in person. I bought it from the supplier, sight unseen. I mean, sight unseen in the sense na hindi ko nakita in person. Like, I Googled it and like, oh, everybody likes it. Okay, I'll get one. But nagulat ako na hindi pala siya ganun kalaki. This monster, this O11D ROG edition is massive. I don't want to move this camera anymore. I'm gonna move it later. Let's just move this guy. It's hard to tell on camera. Pero tinan mo, I mean, it's basically the height. It's even taller actually, slightly taller than the monitor. Of course, our trusty C560, I think, from Deepcool. Deepcool sent this to us for review. We got to keep it. If you've ever wondered if we get to keep the parts, we do have a video about that. I think it's one of our recent videos, like the third most recent, I think. So this is the one we got to keep. Nice panel, and yeah, I heard voices outside, and medyo praning na ako, like who comes to the shop or who calls the shop when I'm live on the stream. So name drop the creator. Uh, I'd like to be honest, because he's quite prominent. But we try to keep our customers' privacy. um, I try to be discreet about those things. So I would like to, but we will try. I will try to keep my mouth shut and try to respect the privacy of that particular creator. But he's a very well-known creator on the local scene, not related to PC at all. And actually, after that, he bought even 2 more computers for us for his studio naman para sa mga editors niya. So, yeah. But the first PC he bought from us was para sa bahay talaga niya. Sup, Tech Wolf Cave. Also, thank you for watching the latest video. I saw your comments. Grabe talaga to 3090. Tapos you can see the power. They had the adapter thing. They stick it in. This must be a Founders Edition. I think they're the only ones who did it kind of, sort of like this. Actually, mas maganda yung design nung Gigabyte. Tingnan mo, nasa harap. I've always liked, very few cards do this, that it's in front. Pero this makes sense to me. Kasi if it's here on the side, yun nga, you have the cables popping out there. And you just really don't want to see the cables. Like, we do excellent cable management. This is basically the only cables that you can see. And that's because there's really no way around it. I mean, paano, di talaga namin matago to. But other than that, other than the GPU cables, look at that. It's immaculate, man. Look at that. The guy's doing an excellent job again at cable management. And if you like what you see from us and you have an old rig, you can ask us to clean and do cable management. We do that service as well. You don't need to get a full rig from us to be able to enjoy our beautiful cable management. And just on the cable management, I mean, even the test rigs that we have, medyo OC kasi mga tech guys namin eh. Kahit yung tech bench test rig that, kung ako yan, wala namang paki sa test bench kasi ang daming parts na, we keep changing parts left and right there. But the guy is really all out talaga yan. I mean, even look at that cable management. Except there's this cable here that I don't recognize. Ano ba to? I don't want to wreck anything because I have no idea. I have no idea what that thing is. I'll poke around later after the stream. I mean, this is the computer I'm using to stream, so I don't want to mess around too much with it right now while we're live, and while I haven't done all the things on my list. All right, so let's take a quick tour of the back. So we're gonna use the shaky cam. We're gonna leave the ZVE10 there for a little bit. Bye, ZVE10. Okay, I just want to take you to the back room a little bit, where so a lot of our customers, they buy parts from us and then we store it for them. Either they're still collecting all of the parts they need, or they're gonna come in on a later date. So a lot of this back room is devoted to items that the customers already bought, so fully purchased, and we reserve them in the back. So these 3 items, 1, 2, 3, 4 pala. So we reviewed the excellent Deepcool LS720, and a customer has an i9-12900K, and he's like, the temps are too high. What can we do? So he's willing to go all out. So actually, he was the one who suggested. I would have just suggested changing to the LS720 kasi sobrang ganda talaga performance nito. Check out our review. It's amazing what cooling magic Deepcool has managed with that. But the customer was like, sige, palitan na rin natin yung case. So we made it the 5000D airflow, more fans, and we're gonna use the cryonaut. So all of this is just for one customer, but this is also for another customer. This is also one customer, but these are 8. Let me repeat, 8 3060 Ti's, the largest single order for GPUs we've ever had, I think, in the shop. So 8. And all of these are going to one customer who when I mentioned that I was gonna mention this on stream, he was like, "Oh, people are gonna start complaining about miners." Personally, I've been a miner myself, and I'm thinking of getting back in the game actually. So I have no, a lot of PC hardware guys are mad at miners for driving up the prices. Personally, I have no. I've been there. I've used second-hand GPUs. I've used brand new PSU GPUs. I've been mining since dati pwede pa CPU mining kung like that's way back in the day, man. So, although I didn't CPU mine, but when I started mining on the GPU, kaya pa mag CPU mine. Really, tagal na nun. So, I have no problem with miners. And yeah, so actually, these 83060 Ti's all go to one guy. The torrent case is for him as well. We have other stuff for him. I think they're just all kind of like just messed up here somewhere. Cause, like to be honest, I go to the back room and sometimes I don't even know. Like I don't. There's a red dragon. Here. This thing. This is a red dragon PSU. I have no idea where the red dragon PSU came from. Like legit. I have no idea what the red dragon PSU is doing in our shop. Although this nice ROG Strix LC2 360 was sent by Asus, and we're gonna review that. We're gonna be reviewing that this month. Yeah, so the customer who bought this and who bought all of this has a whole bunch of other stuff, but I can't just find them now. This is our second-hand shelf, so these are the parts that people send to us for basically for consignment. Pero pag nabenta namin, we don't get any commission at all. We don't get any fee, but we just ask you guys to send it to the shop so that it's on hand. Like if somebody wants to buy, they can purchase it right away. The deal basically is between the seller and the buyer. The way I describe it is Hardware Sugar just provides the venue, and the venue is free. But yun nga, we do ask you to send it in to the shop for everybody's convenience and your convenience, the seller's convenience as well. So para kami na rin nag-uusap sa seller sa buyer na okay, please arrange for courier pickup and things like that. There's nothing to give away, guys. Although we are giving away, it's not really a giveaway, it's a prize. We're supporting a local streaming tournament happening I think first week of July. We'll post more about it on our social media, but we are donating 2 headsets which we reviewed from EXA, the video also coming out this month, and one of the Deepcool cases. So so from our point of view, that's a giveaway. But from the point of view of the end user, they had to win it, right? So it's a prize. So hindi talaga siya giveaway. We do have, sup Dante, sup Patrick. We do have the Lian Li O11D Mini. What we don't have is the Air. That's the sort of mesh version of the Mini. We've been trying to get the Air for a long time. We had it before, but it's sold out now. We've been trying to get it back for quite a while now, pero wala pa, sold out pa rin. But we'll try to we are actively trying to get it. 100k subscriber giveaway. I might be tempted to do a giveaway at 100k. Yeah, you know, everybody, because I keep bitching about the subscriber count. Like, I wish more people would sub, and I just want to get 100k so I can get that monkey off my back. And yeah, people suggest giveaways and things. I actually very anti-giveaway, so I don't know. But I don't know, I'm this close. bibigay na ako. Bibigay na ako to giveaways para lang umabot ng 100k subs. But I'm holding on. I'm medyo anti-giveaway. Paano yung airflow nung top card of the 3090? Well, the Founders Edition has fans here, man. Oh, di na rin kaya sa ilalim because it would hit this power connector and these power connectors. Wow, this is really a bonkers. So the air, I guess, well, it's the limitations of having 2 GPUs without using a riser cable. I mean, you know, if you were a miner and you wanted 2 3090s, you wouldn't use a case at all probably. You know, you'd have a riser cable and just attach it to the MOBO and things like that. So this is really the best separation we can have already for the 2 cards. Man, I just like touching the Founders Edition. Should be fine. I mean, look at the blowers in that thing. That's not a the blower is a technical fan term. I'm using it very loosely. Just like look at the massive fans in that thing. Sup Placido Real from Ilocos. Sup, thanks for watching. We are not doing a build a live build today. We are doing an unboxing though. But yeah, we're gonna do an unboxing a bit later. So I talked about the 83060 Ti's. I talked about the Hit H60, second-hand parts. We do have one build. Sige, let me do the mobile cam again. Actually, when I review these streams, the mobile cam is so shaky pala. Like, grabe, parang that's why I'm trying as much as possible not to shake. Actually, after this stream, I'm going to be going to another live delivery, pero medyo malapit lang, so hindi ko na isi-stream. This is a nice build, 510 Elite with an ML240 Illusion AIO, I think. And then, oh, well, we can open up. And then he also got the 272 CQR. Oh, the guys were too good. Like, this is naka-tape na and everything. So, yeah, this build is good to go. In the very popular 510 Elite. Which I've talked about before, that a lot of the PC enthusiasts don't have nice things to say about the 510 Elite kasi sobrang init daw and everything. But it's quite popular with customers. And to be honest, wala pa namang bumabalik sa amin na grabe naman, sobrang init nung 510 Elite, naluto na yung components ko and things like that. So, as with all things, I mean, as I mentioned in the case segment of our latest video, kung pipili ka ng case, parang trade-off talaga yan. Sometimes, you can have aesthetics or you can have good cooling, but you can't have both. Although, some cases do have both. I mean, I personally really like the design of the torrent. I like the look of the torrent and that has excellent airflow. But you might not like the design of the torrent, diba? So, yeah, syempre aesthetics, parang subjective yun. So, kung natuwa yung isa, baka hindi natuwa yung isa. Airflow can be objectively measured, aesthetics cannot. So, diba, parang it's hard to please everybody on the aesthetic side and on the airflow side. Like the Meshify 2, I can appreciate it, but I don't really like the look. The torrent for me looks a lot more attractive. Parang ang mysterious kasi ng front grille niya. Yung Meshify 2, again, it's a kind of Scandinavian, austere design aesthetic. Kind of like the NZXT H series, so the 510, 710. They are kind of boring to me, but those are also very, very popular cases. We don't have a comparison between the Flow versus the Torrent. Although I imagine the Torrent would do better, just because it's bigger. And the Flow kasi, the NZXT Flow, parang rinemedyo lang yun. It's basically just the H510 chassis and then they poked holes in the front. So it wasn't designed, kumbaga, from the ground up to be a great airflow case. It's just na, yung current meta nung cases, everybody wants airflow, so NZXT was like, let's jump on the bandwagon. Not to say pangit naman yung airflow nung 510. Not to say na pangit yung airflow nung 510 airflow, pero yun nga, hindi siya designed from the ground up with that kind of design in mind. So, rinetoke lang. It's kind of like a retcon if you want to apply TV jargon to the case. Unlike the Torrent, which I can imagine was designed really from the ground up na we're gonna bonkers, we're gonna go crazy, and we're gonna do. I looked at it. We have a Torrent. We do have the Torrent on stock. We're gonna design it for airflow talaga. Oh, there's another the Naked HD guy is back. Let me kick him again. Hindi pa ako na to. And I already said on stream na. Okay, there we go. I already said on stream that our viewers don't have time for naked girls and sex and Tinder because everybody's just busy with their computers, playing games, upgrading their computer, researching on what their next upgrade should be, or going online and bitching about the builds of others. So we really don't have time, Naked HD XYZ, for cheap sex dating. We usually don't monetize the stream, so I guess I can say stuff like that. Martin Ramos, what does it mean your GPU is for mining? Very briefly, there are things called cryptocurrencies, and they're just digital tokens, very basic. They're digital tokens that have value because people think they have value, so you can trade them. So like a popular cryptocurrency is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, ADA, Cardano, OMG. I'm just listing off things that I bought. Lumen, Litecoin is one of the old ones. So all of these things don't have intrinsic value, but people think they have value. So it's kind of like a stock exchange where like, oh, I want one Litecoin. Okay, I'll sell you one Litecoin. Parang ganon. So cryptocurrencies usually have some kind of value. And to generate cryptocurrencies, because for fiat currencies, for peso, for dollar, they come into existence, they are created by the government. Actually, I think it's the central bank, which technically is not the government. They've separated the functions of the central bank from the government because the government is very bad at money. Not just the Philippine government, in general. They've discovered, over the centuries, people have figured out that basically the government, when it needs money, is just gonna devalue the currency, or they're gonna do some stupid thing that that is to the detriment of citizens. So they've actually separated fiscal autonomy from government function. So it's not actually the government of the Philippines, it's the central bank that issues money. Same with the US, it's the Fed that does all of the quantitative easing, which basically is printing money and things like that. But it is backed by the republic, or the country of which the currency is. Anyway, so fiat currency is created by the central bank. For cryptocurrency, it's created by people who use their hardware to do work for that cryptocurrency. And most people work for that cryptocurrency using their GPU. And that's what I mean, and that's what people mean when they use their GPU for mining. They're running a program on their computer which will generate more of that cryptocurrency, and that program most commonly uses a graphics card. So that's just what mining means. Why it's called mining, what is a blockchain, and it's a block and things like that. That's getting into the weeds a little. We can do maybe next time on. I have done it before, but maybe next time on Crypto Watch we can talk about like the basics. What is mining? Why is it called mining? What's a blockchain? How do blocks fit on the blockchain? How do you mine a block? Actually, when you mine, usually it's winner take all. One block, the one who finds that block gets the entire rewards from that block. Pero ngayon, lahat pool mining na ngayon. So, parang hati-hati kayo pro rata based on how much work you contributed to find that block. Pero technically, only one person finds that block. None, and all of the work generated by the other miners was wasted. Wasted in the sense that they didn't generate a block, but not wasted in the sense that they were validating transactions naman. So they were doing work for the cryptocurrency network. I do not know why he has two 3090s, to be honest. I've spoken to the customer over Facebook, but I didn't ask him anymore. I mean, he might have mentioned it. It might just have slipped my mind right now. But yeah, I can't recall exactly why there are two 3090s. Probability of having a digital peso in the next 5 years, I wouldn't bet on it. Our government is very slow to adapt to technology in general. And it's a little frustrating for us in the technical, on the technical sector. There are a lot of tech-oriented reforms that could be put in place. But unfortunately, our government is run by old people for the most part, and old people really don't have a good sense of, one, they don't like change. Well, no government likes change, but I tend to feel our politicians don't like change. Because, if you watched the video where I'm talking about reforms that any politician could do na maganda, I think, for a lot of the citizens, why change the system if the system works for me, for the politician? Nahalala ko eh. My family, nahalala ko. So, there's really no incentive to change the system. Too bad kasi I feel there are a lot of possible reforms that could be tech-centered that I think that could be really, like just we can move things to, our record keeping system is so antiquated for land titles, for birth certificates, for passports, driver's license, things like that. All of this sana could be on a block. That's actually one practical imagine land titles. You want to buy land. Now, kailangan mo i-check kung are there any disputes about the land? Are there any other claimants? There could be multiple titles to that particular land, di mo alam. Imagine if everything like that was online and you could just check, you could zoom in, you might not see the current owner, but you could see if there are any pending disputes. And actually, you should be able to see the current owner because those are public records. You should be able to see you should be able to verify, oh, bibilin ko tong lupa na to, sabi ni Anton siya may-ari. Check ko online. Free, available, just to see if kung yung titulo nasa pangalan nga ni Anton. It seems like such a super useful thing, but we don't have anything like that. To be fair, I don't know of any country that does have something like that. But again, if technology can be used to F with our lives, disinformation, social media, daming things that go viral, that get pumped out kuno as legitimate and authentic, pero, di naman, puro troll lang, puro paid. If we can if tech can do that, tech can also be a force for good. But it's not in the current interest of Facebook, for example, to clean up their platform. YouTube still has a lot of misinformation. The incentives aren't there for the tech platforms and for politicians to reform tech correctly. So it's kind of sad. But just as the potential, the technology is there. Again, technology is just a tool, right? It's only as good as the uses that we put it to. So, di naman sa nagbubuhat ng sariling bangko, but one of the good videos on YouTube is the 1 hour 20 video we just pushed out explaining every basic component of the computer. Nasa Tagalog siya para mas, naka-target para talaga sa kapwa nating Pilipino. So, to kind of boost the computer literacy in the country. We spent a lot of time on that video. Please do check it out if you haven't watched it yet. Kenny G, the NZXT flow looks disgusting with the holes. I agree, actually. I don't like... I've mentioned it before in the stream or on the streams, I think. I don't like the aesthetic of the H510 flow. Although that's how they made it a flow, right? Because they stuck holes in it. And so yan yung kaya siya naging airflow case. But yes, I personally agree. I don't like the aesthetic of the flow. Although I actually really don't like the 510, the 710 aesthetic in general. For me, it's too bland. It's too boring. Yes, it's very presentable, and I understand why people would be drawn. It's a very popular case. We've sold a lot of it over the past 3 years or something. I can understand the appeal. My own brother has si Rafael, yung case niya H710. But personally, for me, it's the case is a little serious. It's a little serious. I like things with a bit more aggression. Okay, let's ITX Addict dropping truth bombs in the chat. All right, let's gonna. Okay, so just a simple unboxing. I just thought it would be cute to do live. I do not intend to drop anything. Thank you very much. Okay, I can't see the chat, guys. So, how's that? Is this better? Layo kasi ng camera. Teka. I can't see the chat and I can't see the cam. Although the ZVE10, I have it kinda. The display is outward, so I can't see it a little bit from where I am. All right, so these are the ROG Cetra True Wireless headphones. Oh shoot, maybe that's why walang sound kasi naka-mute. Hindi, pero may sound. Oh, sorry. I was thinking about the stream I did of Halo 2 nights ago. Yeah, so these are basically like AirPods, but from ROG. So I'm gonna unbox them. Then we are gonna do a review on them. Is this better? But it's hard for me. I need to be on the other end of the table. So small though. Okay. Yeah, so our Asus kindly sent this over and along with the AIO, so we're gonna do a review on it. But I thought it'd be trippy to do it live, the unboxing live. Man, we need a better cutter. Gerald's gonna. This basically doesn't cut anything. It's so blunt. Okay. Oh, we can pop it out and shake, 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 shake. Okay, pulling it out and oh, let's not drop them. Not drop them. Ta-da! Sound effects pa. All right. As usual with Asus, I mean everything nicely packaged. Although a lot of the tech companies now do that, no? I mean, ganda nung packaging nila. Okay. And the actual headphones are my hand. Let's. Ooh, not bad. Oh, it even lights up. Look, there's an hayop tong RG na to. Lahat na lang kailangan may RGB. Pero in fairness, I mean, it's a nice touch. So physically the headphones do look very similar to the AirPods. Even the kind of like everything plugs into the case. Oh, I got some laway on it. Oh, I hope you're still okay. LED display. So the entire, the concept is AirPods in a nutshell, right? But ROG'd. Even the kind of clamshell is it's nice. It feels premium. There's a magnetic snap to it when you and then the LED turns on, the display turns on. The RGB turns on. Where's the and then you charge it in here. So that's the thing, and underneath we have I don't know if ROG is letting me keep this. Sana. I don't even use headphones a lot, pero parang it's like woo. All right, so they're the rubber plugs. The rubber plugs here. It's so hard to get on camera. And the charging cable. So that's it, very minimalist, and then you have the usual warranty and the basic instructions. Let's just go back to do the clamshell one last time, and woo, there's the RGB. May RGB, but I think may RGB din sa headset, sa headphones actually. And trying so hard not to drop this. Meron ba? Maybe not. Well, let's wait for my review to find out. All right, back to the. Di kasi kaya umabot I can't bring the ZVE10 all the way to the 3090s. Ugh. Okay, let me adjust the camera back up. Hey, shoot. Wrong wheel. Oh. Gosh darn it. Oh, no, that's ano. Hindi ba ito? Okay, there we go. All right, but now I don't know how it looks kasi yeah, it's not too bad. I'll mention it to Asus Zedekiah that I should be able to keep these things kasi nga, who would like, well, I guess they can sanitize it and send it back over to another reviewer or something like that. The shop is usually open on Sundays, except this Sunday because it's a holiday. So I told the guys to take the day off. Well, I didn't tell them to take the day off. The government told them to take a day off because it's a holiday. Although usually, even on holidays, we sometimes open on weekends. Sorry, we're always open on weekends except holidays. But we do sometimes open even on holidays. But daming general and then exception. I told them to not come in today so that I could stream from the shop. I find it relaxing streaming from the shop. If you notice we do it once a month live from the shop. If you notice some of my other live from the shops, like naka shorts lang ako And nakaupo lang ako. Parang ginawa ko lang talaga ng bahay itong shop na to. And this is our third location. And any location, well, the first location, I really couldn't treat it as a home because it was so small. No privacy and everything. But it's super small. Again, we have a video on that. But I could stretch my arms out like all the way. Tatama na sa pader yung kamay ko. You know, and yeah, to be honest, you know, I have a kind of wide wingspan, but you know, even then, like the fact that I could stretch out my arms and hit the wall meant just how small the first place was. But the second place, Giho, I really also enjoyed just spending time now, kahit walang tao sa shop, and just hanging out in the shop, doing inventory, lounging around. Well, not really lounging around. You're always kind of working in the shop, but either shooting videos by myself and things like that. And it's the same place here now. Like if I can have time in the shop just to myself, I do like to plan it like that so I can stream from the shop and go through the computers of our guys to make sure they're not doing anything. De joke lang. I really don't care what they do on their computers as long as they do good work, which they do. Yeah, but I do enjoy having some time in the shop to myself when there's nobody around. So general rule, we are open every day, even weekends, except if it's a holiday. Although sometimes we do open even if it's a holiday. But today is not one of those days. um, that actually was all I wanted to say. We do have that we had a lot of we had a lot of builds this week. Daming like daming builds. Ito build even though the parts weren't from us. A couple of cleaning. So this week was a busy week at the shop. You know, running a shop is kind of like you're at war. The one of the common sayings about war is that it's like 98% boredom and 2% sheer terror. And what I mean by that is a lot of conflict, a lot of war is just waiting around. You're being shipped to the front. You're waiting at the front. You're marching. Very few of the actual time as a soldier is spent in combat. 98% nga is you're just being marched around, being sent from place to place. But the 2% is like moments of sheer terror when you're getting shot at, you're running, you're shooting at other people, other things, stuff like that. Um, I've often thought to myself that running a shop is sort of like that. There are long periods na wala masyado nangyayari. So, you know, people come in, they buy a part, they bring their rig in for cable management and cleaning and things like that. We do a build here, we do a build there. You know, kaya naman based on the number of staff we have, based on the stock that we have. And things run smoothly for the most part. There are long lulls like that. Pero there are moments like, 2%, 5% of the time na it's just like everybody suddenly decides na I want to buy a computer. There's ang daming orders. So you need to handle a lot of chat. You need to handle a lot of builds. You need to handle a lot of, oh shit, sold out na pala tong item na to. We need to restock from the supplier. So we need to ask the customer, are you willing to wait? And some customers want custom items. So this week, really, for me, it was one of those weeks where suddenly everybody gets it into their head na I want to buy computer parts. I want to buy a computer. And it's really... I don't know, it's fascinating to me na these people are strangers to each other. They don't know each other at all. Pero yun nga, biglang there's suddenly an uptick in sales. And then when I ask the suppliers, I don't talk to a lot of the shops. I don't know anybody at the other shops. But at our other suppliers, they'll usually confirm na, nga sir, nung last week, mahina yung benta, wala masyadong bumili. And then, sir, daming bumili yung week na sabi mo, sobrang busy kayo. So it's like, collectively, I don't know, it's just like somebody, God or whoever up there, somebody is messaging me on my phone. But I can't see my phone because we're using it for the small camera. Check you later, phone. Like somebody just flips a switch and then like, let's buy PC parts or let's buy PC rigs. And then those weeks are stressful kasi ang daming kino-coordinate. Excuse me. I actually forgot my water. Usually I bring water jug. Forgot. sometimes actually I forget the headset and the microphone. Sometimes I forget the extra camera. So in the greater scheme of things, forgetting just the water jug was not bad. Yeah, so last week was kind of intense, and you want to make sure like you coordinate properly, and then paminsan, and then I also try to order from the suppliers in batches, hindi yung, oy, ano, kailangan ko nung isang case, oy, kailangan ko nung isang AIO. So I try to just, order in batches na ang dami na para hindi rin ma-hassle delivery nila, hindi rin sila ma-hassle, hindi rin kami ma-hassle kasi taking inventory and sending payments. Sending payments is a big pain in the ass. Yeah. Sana they would just send us stuff and we wouldn't need to pay them. But, in the ideal world, so a lot of last week was that kind of coordination, talking to the customers, talking to the suppliers, checking to see if somebody had this item, somebody had that item, checking to see that the items that the customers wanted were compatible with each other and things like that. So last week was a war week for Hardware Sugar. On one hand, good for the shop kasi, we do want the business. I'm always complaining na wala pang kita si Hardware Sugar, which is true. Wala pa kami kita, but I'm hoping to see the green this year. Just a little green, God. Come on. Yeah, so we do like the war weeks, but it is quite stressful. And then we were finishing up Bibili Ka 2022, which is the 1 hour 20 video we just released yesterday. And then tuloy-tuloy yun. Friday, I streamed Halo. Rafael, my brother, is out of the country, so he's MIA for the gaming streams. I'll be taking over the gaming streams this month. So my first stream was Halo Reach. I bought Master Chief Edition like 2 months ago, and I've slowly been chipping away. I've finished 1, 2, and 3, and ODST. So now I'm on Reach, and then after that is Halo 4. So we'll finish that up. So slowly but surely, we're gonna finish the Halo Master Chief Edition. I'm having a good time. Having a good time, to be honest. But I don't get to play every day. I don't get to play as much as I want. But them's the breaks. All right, so I do need to drop off a part, guys. I mean, a build. The build I showed earlier. I do need to drop it off quite low, so I won't be streaming the drop off anymore. So yeah, thank you for waking up early. Or, thank you for spending some time with me on this holiday Sunday. Happy Independence Day to us. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Let's hope, this is the... Try not to get too political on these things. Yeah, so this is the last Independence Day of the outgoing admin. Next Independence Day, we will have, it'll be under the new president. Let's hope that the promises that he made, that he'll fulfill them. And everybody just hang together. All right, have a good one, guys. Stay safe. Please do watch the 1 hour 20 video, because I honestly might go a little insane if that video doesn't do well, because we poured a lot of effort into it. Roby Plazy TV. I don't think it's a tough. It's super old. Actually, I do have the model. Wait. Okay, one last. Asus is good to us, so I do like to plug them when we can. This monitor that actually you see on screen, they lent it to us. They lent it to us, and I said that you have a monitor we can use in the shop, and then they sent over this monitor. It's the one up there, the Asus VG258. So it's not tough yet. To be honest, I think it might be older than the tough line. I mean, it's a little old. I'm not sure if it's available pa, because it is quite old. Asus has been very supportive even from the beginning. They met with us even when we were in that super small shop on Buendia, the one na parang hole in the wall nga, na parang closet. So Asus has been very supportive of the shop. When we do review Asus products, we're still very we're still objective kasi our loyalty is to the consumer, to you guys. But we also, I do recognize that Asus has been very good to the shop. And so yeah, this is one primary example of that. This monitor we we were asking for freebies, like, oh, we're gonna display it in the shop from multiple brands, and some did answer the call, but none more so than Asus, who sent us this monitor. I think they've forgotten actually it's with us, so we don't remind them. But we're still using it up to now, and it has appeared in a lot of our videos in the background on the streams when customers come in. They see this is one of the primary test areas that we have here. So I do hope they're getting value for money from their placement with us. In their loan to us. And as I mentioned in our Asus reviews, I do like reviewing Asus items because generally I don't need to lie. When I say it's good, it's really good kasi yun nga Asus. As Tech Wolf Cave I think mentioned, medyo mahal yung parts ni Asus, and it's true. Pero you also do get the quality. You're pretty much assured of the quality. So I do like reviewing Asus stuff kasi yun, I can be completely candid when I say na sobrang okay nito. Sobrang okay talaga siya. Sige, just one last. So the opposite of that is, are there brands that I have a hard time reviewing kasi I can't be honest? Di naman. We're very upfront with the brands that if this is not a sponsored review, then we're going to be completely honest. But I do try to be balanced, to say some nice things, or to try to see what kind of customer would want this particular product. Sometimes it's a little hard to come up with that depending on the brand and depending on the item that got sent to us. But I really do try because I appreciate that somebody put in their effort to make this product, to design this product. Whether, yes, there are a lot of generic products out there now, but maybe, generic doesn't necessarily need to be bad. Sometimes, kung pang office lang or for a specific use case, pwede naman yun. And here at Hardware Sugar, we're all about yung pwede naman. Ano ba yung kailangan mo para sa use case mo? Not everybody needs two 3090s with two PSUs, 'di ba? So everything for your own use case. Baka pang office lang 'yan for gaming, pero yung gaming mo hindi naman yung super demanding games. For example, like Dota lang, Valorant, League of Legends. Then you don't need a bonkers computer, right? You don't need a bonkers rig. So I really do try as much as possible. Any brand that sends stuff to us, I do try to find the good in it. But again, we do say that, well, maybe it's not worth it for this price range for a lot of people. I didn't like this feature and things like that. So we really do try, and we're very upfront with the reviews, whether it's sponsored, whether the brand sent it to us for free and things like that. Again, more about that in the recent video we did. I think the video title is I changed the title. Now the title is Walang pera sa YouTube pero may perks naman. Talking about like we do get to keep a lot of the stuff that the brands send us over. Lunar Celestial Films, very informative. Thank you for watching that video. Totoo. Martin Ramos, I love you. Well, I can't say it back, bro, kasi I don't know you, but I do appreciate the sentiment. And thank you for supporting the channel. Preach Asus fanboy here. Totoo. I mean, Asus stuff is really quality. Alright, so I got Kenneth, Hardware Sugar, plano ko bumili ng Techware Forge, pero walang 3-pin sa motherboard. The problem of Kenneth Abella is that he's going to buy a Argb item. But the problem is his motherboard is only... So there are two kinds of RGB. There's RGB, which is older, and ARGB, which is newer. ARGB is better kasi you have finer control. You can control each individual LED rather than the RGB. Yung RGB kasi strip lang yun. Yes, you can change the light, but the customization is like you can only have all red, all green, all blue. Yung sa ARGB, every individual LED pwede mong palitan yan. So, yung isa pwede red. At the same time, pwede green yung katabi niya, tapos blue, parang ganun. So, you get the color effects are a lot more vivid in ARGB. ARGB uses 5-volt 3-pin headers on the motherboard. Yung RGB uses 12-volt 4-pin. Yung problema ni Kenneth Abella, yung gusto niya na item ARGB, pero yung motherboard niya RGB lang. Deepcool actually has a converter. ARGB to RGB, which solves that problem. You plug your ARGB item into the converter and then you plug the converter into the motherboard. We actually have an old video on it. You can look it up. Pero yung babala ko lang, buy at your own risk kasi hit or miss talaga yon. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't work at all. Kasi hindi talaga masakto ni Deepcool. Ang dami kasing RGB products on the market. Excuse me. So hindi talaga ma-guarantee ni Deepcool 100% nagagana 'yun for your particular item. Pero mura lang siya, 500 to 700 pesos ata. So if I were you, I'd buy it, you'd try it, and yun, hopefully it works. And if it doesn't, that's the only solution I can think of. Sorry, I have the hiccups. That's the only solution I can think of for that outside of just buying a new motherboard. I've said it before, sobrang sakit sa ulo yung RGB to get it to work, to make sure everything's compatible, to make sure you have the proper headers and things like that. But yeah, that's one option, the Deepcool RGB converter. We used to sell it in the shop before, but it is quite old na. And a lot of our motherboards now do have, even the mid-range mobos have both the RGB header and the ARGB header. Sorry, one last pala. You have the Galax gaming chair. I posted about this online. Sayang, I should have asked. I don't know how you turn it on though. So one of our it's my USB. Ba't pa siya dito? Sige, wait lang ah. Just to show the Galax gaming chair. I'll try to para umabot. So our staff, her chair broke, and we had this, and we were like, oh, there we go. So we had this, and okay, this isn't part of the. There you go, like a boss, man. Oh shoot. Okay, I'm trying to get the proper angle so you can properly appreciate. Oh, there. So it's Actually, I haven't sat in this chair yet. Let's try it out. Okay, let me just get a proper angle. Try not to. Oh, kasi the USB cable. Our staff actually doesn't have it plugged in. She doesn't like the RGB. But you know, that's the whole point of the chair, to have RGB. Yo. Okay, so I'm not our chair reviewer. That's my brother Rafael. Oh man. You know, one thing I really hate are these. Oh, not bad. I was gonna say now, one thing I really hate. Oh, not bad. So my current, but I really the back the small of my back is hitting the parang small pillow here. Yeah. So Rafael usually reviews the chairs. And Rafael is very meticulous about these chairs, man. He's like, whoa, look at this, and oh, look at that. And to be honest, I really could give two cents about. I mean, I don't really, not obsessed about chairs. Hmm. Not bad. Alrighty. Well, that's not our formal review. Rafael can review this when he gets back from his trip. Pero the comfort seemed okay, except I really don't like this thing. Like, where are you supposed to position it? Like, it always feels like it's protruding into the small of my back and things like that. And then when you raise it, parang weird kasi lumpy naman dito in the middle of your back. I don't know. Yes, the C240s. Every time a 240R breaks, we send it back to the supplier, and then they send us back a C240. Which, to be fair, we have in here, actually. Which, to be fair, yeah, there. Oy, putik. Okay, that was not safe for work. I hope you didn't see that. The hell? Gonna have it. Maybe you didn't see it kasi di naman siya, I mean, it was on the small camera, but there's an NS not safe for work picture on the stuck to the AIO CPU block. And on that note, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. And please do check out the Biblica 2022 video. Bye, guys. All right, off to deliver.